Welcome to Boston Praise Radio and TV. I'm Julisa.
I'm Layla.
And today we will be talking about our career choices and what careers we want to have. So what would you like to do?
Well, I would like to be a real estate agent and a real estate investor. What would you like to do?
I would like to be a forensic psychologist.
So why would you want to be a forensic psychologist?
I think knowing what people think about or knowing why people think a certain way and the actions that they do based off what they're thinking, that interests me. And it's just really fun to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of interesting. Like that's something like you don't see people saying they're going to do a lot. That's something very interesting. Like it's also interesting to study like criminals, like thinking about like why would they do certain things. You know, that actually is like something that's actually pretty cool because like you don't hear people say I want to be that. You know, so I agree. And I want to be a real estate agent because I feel like one, like that's a really good job, and two, I just feel like I am very like I've been told I'm a very persuasive person, so I feel like me being a real estate agent, I can pursue people to wanting to buy their own homes or rent their own homes and stuff, and also being a real estate investor, like I feel like me buying, if people don't know what a real estate investor is before I explain it, a real estate investor is someone who finds land or property or any type of houses, anything like that that's broken down or in bad neighborhoods, and they fix it up to make it look better, and then they resell it for a higher price, so they put it on the market and resell it. So I feel like that would be fun because I kind of like I want to see the experience of me buying a house or buying some property and fixing it up and making it looks nice. Like I could be the one to decorate. I could be the one to hire people to fix it. You know, I could be the one who resells it. So I feel like that whole process would be very fun. And also the process of me just like selling the house or renting the house out to someone, like that could be someone's forever home. So it's like I want to do that.
And you're in Metco right now, so does your school have any like classes for that you can take?
Well, we don't have like real estate classes, but we have like little electives. Like we have marketing, we have there's stuff for you, like criminal justice and stuff like related to your job. They have little stuff. They have business classes, they have personal finance. So they have little stuff that puts you like a little bit ahead, if that makes sense. They give you some ideas of how like that type of stuff works in the business area. So yeah. What about like at college? How is it there? Is the classes helping you? Any other classes that help you?
So it'll be my first year going there, so I can't say too much about this experience yet. But I know I have my schedule, and I'm in Intro to Criminal Justice, and my major is psychology. So I'll be doing both criminal justice and psychology in school. And I don't. Based off what my friends have told me, one of my friends has said that the criminal justice like class, like they have like certain trials that you can do, like mock trials that you can go to and like sit in the court and like listen. And they also have a forensic science program, I believe, and or forensics investigation as well. So like you mock like crime scenes or stuff like that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do in school, and it's a lot of schooling. So
I feel like that's kind of similar to my school. Like we don't have mock trials where you sit in the class and observe, but we have like at the beginning of every semester, if you pick a class, you decide you have like a week to decide if you want to stay in there or not, and then you can go. They give you a period of time to switch your class so you can switch your class in and out to see okay which one's for me, which one feels right, because you know high school kind of builds up to college, deciding what you want to do. So I'm happy that we have those type of classes as well.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, do you think like after college you're gonna like actually pursue being a forensic psychologist or criminal justice? Like that's something you really want to do?
Yeah.
Or would you like consider going to any other school for that or?
Yeah, any other. I haven't really looked into it yet, but yeah, any other graduate school. Yeah.
Well, some schools I've looked into, like a little bit for being a real estate agent, because you know there's a lot of stuff to be a real estate agent. You have to pass the state exam. You have to do a licensed. You have to do something for like your license as well. You have to go to college and pass a college exam. So it's a lot of stuff you have to do. So the colleges I've been looking into is the University of Texas, Austin, because that has a good program for real estate, and also like I have no cousins down there, and my sister wants to go there too, so that would be cool to go with someone I know. And then also I've been looking at MIT because they have a really good real estate program, and that's somewhere like close to home. And then I also was looking at the university. It was somewhere in NYC. I think it's the University of Stern, and they have one of the top real estate programs in the country. So those are the top 3 that I've been looking at. And I don't know if I don't know which one I'm going to pick yet. I would have to do more research on the school, but those 3 have really good real estate programs.
That's nice. So
what made you want to be a forensic psychologist?
Well, I'll just talk about what it is.
Oh.
So basically what it is like evaluating people, their mind, and like the criminal mind, and working with victims and going into the courts, and I guess like testifying for them as well, like the criminals, and interacting with police and lawyers as well. So a little, if you watch like Criminal Minds, I guess something like that, but not entirely. But yeah, it has a lot to do with like examining like their life and how they were as a child to see their development of how they are now, and advocating for them that they get the proper treatment and the proper care that they need, and studying the crime itself and their mental state and things like that. But like you said, for real estate, it requires a lot of work and schooling as well. Like I'm going for my bachelor's right now, but after that I'm gonna go get my PhD, which is a lot of schooling, like 5 to 7 years. And then I would need to pass a licensing exam, and apply for a professional licensure, so get my license.
Wait, that's kind of similar. Like you said, kind of similar to me. For real estate, you have to take the state like course or like test. It has to be like state approved, so it has to be at the college that's state approved. Then you have to apply for a real estate license after that, and then for that you have to have a certificate of completion. So you have to complete it's like 120 questions on the test. So you have to complete that. And it's like, yeah, so they're kind of similar with the testing, because I feel like that's similar. Wait, how do you know how much, like, I never heard of, like, forensic psychologists before you told me that first day. So, like, how much do they make a year?
Well, I mean, it depends on, like, the experience and, like, where you are. But in the state of Massachusetts, it's, the average is $87K. And then, like, if you have at least, like, because you need at least, like, 5 or 10 years of experience to get more money, then that's, like, $160K, I think.
I think for real estate, it's pretty similar because, well, for Massachusetts, I know that it's around $340K a year, but it says statewide. Like, it says countrywide. Like, if we want to talk about the country, it says the average salary for a real estate agent a year is $100,000, and then the low is $50,000, and then the high is $198,000. So I feel like it depends what area you're on too, because some areas have higher market values than others, and some areas, like some houses, it's like I've seen it. You know, I've seen like flips and like changes in these houses across the state. Do you like know anyone as a forensic scientist?
I know somebody, but I'm not like close with her, but like I do know that's what she is, and she just graduated, I think, like a month ago or something. Did
she kind of like influence your decision to become a forensic scientist?
No, I didn't know anything about her until like this year, but I talked to her a little bit because I was like, oh yeah, I'm interested in doing this, and I see that you're doing it as well. So she told me like the requirements and like what it is, and like the specific, because there's multiple fields, but like the specific field that I want is like to be active in like the
actually studying
the court
close.
And like, you know, going out there and talking to like the criminals. But yeah, I've talked to her for a little bit about that. But nobody really inspired me to like. I didn't look at anybody and be like, "Oh yeah, that's what I want to do." It's just like
it comes to you.
Yeah, it just came to me.
Wait, so what did you want to do before that? Like before you wanted to become before? Like what were you majoring in?
Too many ideas. Like it was like when I got out of high school, I applied to like so many culinary schools because I thought I wanted to be like a professional baker. So I got into like really good schools, like schools in New York and out of state. But I wasn't too sure about that. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll look at something else. And people were encouraging me to go into business, but I was like, why would I go into business? Like, I don't know.
What business I would even create or anything.
Right? So, like, literally before the semester started, I changed my major last second. I was like, I'm just going to go into psychology. And I'm so glad I did because the previous semester that just ended, like, I learned so much with my professor, and she's, like, helped me a lot with psychology. And, yeah.
You said, like, how, when you, for the culinary classes, you said how, like, you wasn't too sure about that. Was it, like, more of, like, you didn't want to leave home, like, be too far from home?
No, it's just, like the things that I thought I wanted to do, I would just have it as a hobby. Or, like, you know, like, not all hobbies have to be, a career. So
that's
it's
what
just,
you mean.
You know, right? So it's just something on the side that I do.
Yeah, I feel like since we're still young, like, we're still deciding what we want to do and stuff. Like, I have more time to decide. But I'm really invested in real estate because, like, I know a lot of people around me that own their own houses and properties and have their own thing. So it's like, I feel like anyone can really do real estate, but it just depends. Yeah. It depends how deep you want to get into it. Like, I'm trying to go deep into it. I really want that to be my career. Some people just do it on the side, you know? Some people just own a house. So I've seen that growing up, you know? Like, and you've probably seen forensic scientists and stuff in the movies and stuff. And so that's cool.
A little bit, yeah.
I've never seen that. So it's actually interesting to me because I really never heard of that. Like, I knew there's people that evaluated people, but I thought those were people for, like, mental hospitals. Like, I didn't think there was that thing called forensic psychologists.
Like, I don't know if you ever watched, like, those true crime documentaries, but, like, you know when, like, the doctors are talking and then, like, they have, like, what they do at the bottom of their name? That's, like, where you see, like, forensic psychologists, like, they give their analysis and written reports about the criminal and, like, how their mental state is and the things that they've done in the past that led up to what they did now, and, you know, stuff like that.
I might have seen that in, like, a TV show once when this guy got arrested. It was a show, though. It's not real. And I think it's not real. He got arrested, and they was, like, talking to him in the room, and they was like, don't let your past define you. Like, it's just like that. Like, if someone is like, don't let your past define you, and, you know, like, is that what it is? Kind of just like you're talking to them. Do you talk to them?
I mean,
like about, it's like kind of like, are you like a therapist? Like,
no, them? Not necessarily a therapist.
Like
but
a therapist who evaluates. Is that what it is?
Like, like, let's say, for example, like, I was called into, I don't know, a prison to, like, talk to a criminal or whatever, okay? So then I would interview that criminal, and I would, like, you know how, like, people interview and write down notes? That's what I would do. I'd write down whatever they tell me, and then I would report it back to whoever wants it or whoever needs it, like a lawyer or police or, like, the court, judge, whatever. I would give it back to them. So then they can make their ruling or judgment against that criminal.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's...
But that's not, like, the only thing that I would do, but that's, like, one of the things.
Okay, so I get that. It's like you're kind of, like, ruling out, like, if they're, like... If, like, say a criminal did something, you're kind of ruling out if they're, like, crazy or just, like, are they sane or insane?
Yeah, something like that.
I've seen stuff like that, like, ruling out someone sane or insane when they were doing those acts. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. But, like, there's no bias, so, like...
There's no bias?
Yeah, no bias.
Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. I didn't know that. So, like, you could be multiple things as a friend.
Yeah, like, you could do, like, a lot of things. Like, there's a lot of written components. So, like, there's a lot of research that has to be done and a lot of writing that has to be done. I don't like writing. But
no wonder you guys have to go to school for, like, 7 years for that.
Yeah, it's a lot of school. But I don't mind it because I love learning. So, yeah.
Can't say the same over here. Cannot say the same over here. like after high school, like I'm really dreading going to college, because it's like school really just like, you know,
it's not that bad.
It's not bad. Like high school, like, you know, when you're out of school and then you miss it and you're just like, I just want school to come back, and then when you're there, you're just like, I want summer to come.
Yeah,
that's how it is. It's like I miss school because I miss having something to do. But it's like, right. I don't miss this actual school.
Right. Yeah, I get it. Right, like that's why during the summer I'm trying to keep like myself like active on this and like reading books and doing more research about it. But yeah, I totally
so you can be prepared for like when you actually go to school and are ready. That's what I'm trying to do now. Like I know I'm younger than a lot of people, like, but I'm trying to like start researching stuff now because I want to be prepared when I go to college.
That's good.
I want to know what I want to do. Like I actually want to, because there's some kids who actually do real estate and don't even go to college. They really just go right out of high school and they actually are successful. I've seen it a lot on TikTok, Instagram. I've seen people just like even give courses and guides on how to become a real estate agent. So like I'm still deciding what I want to do. I'm most likely will go to college, but I'm still deciding what I want to do. But I know that like
there's no rush. You got plenty of time.
It's only 2 years, 2-3 years.
That's a lot of time.
That is.
And plus, you could always change your mind, like whatever you.
Or take a gap year.
You know.
Didn't you take a gap year?
No, I thought about it, but no, I didn't do it because I like I said, I like learning, so I wanted to just go to school. So. Yeah.
Wait. What college did you go to again before this?
I went to a community college. I went to Bunker Hill.
And what did you study when you went there?
Psychology.
Oh, so you was kind of studying the same. So you kind of really just want to be a therapist.
Not
really a therapist, but like someone who talks to people. And,
yeah, something like that, right? Yeah, people use me as their therapist every now and then, but yeah, I guess so.
Alrighty. Is there anything else that anyone would like to say? Is that it for today?
Yeah, I think that's it. Well, would you like consider like doing like online courses because you don't have to like physically go to college?
Yes, I actually am considering doing online courses because like when I've been researching and stuff, you don't have to go to college for it, but I think I would do online courses because people say that's actually better, you know, because like they say that there's more like stuff on it and stuff, and it's easier to like get the learning in your head because there's a lot of stuff to learn about real estate. You can just jump right in and automatically think you can sell a house. There's certain things you have to know about the house and certain, so you have to learn the proper grammar and how to speak, and you know. So I probably would take those online courses too because I heard they're really good. When I've seen people like on TikTok and stuff post about their experience, and I've seen like people like they also showcase their houses too on TikTok, which is good.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm glad like there's the internet because you can really like that really helps you showcase houses.
Right? Yeah, I agree. I've seen a lot of forensic psychologist stuff on TikTok as well, like to be mentally prepared for it because it's a hefty job. Yeah. So. Yeah,
I was speaking of that. When I was watching the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary, the show. The lady, I don't know if she was a forensic scientist or not, but she was there with him, listening to his everything he said, writing it down. So she might have they didn't say her job title, but she was there and she was saying, you know, after that, she said after that she had nightmares and stuff. So she said like, she was like, you just got to be prepared for the stuff that you see. And I even heard that a couple of cops after what they seen, they quit after that. So I just know you have to be really prepared for some of the stuff you see.
Yeah, it's hard, but that's why
you have to have the mental capacity.
Like that's why I'm glad I'm going to school because if I'm going to school, then like they're preparing me for it, and yeah, I'm just excited. But yeah, it is a lot on the mental, and that's also why therapy exists as well, and also why I'm glad that God is here to pull me through it because it's like you said, it's not gonna be easy. So, but He's gonna pull me through it. So I'm not really worried about it.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for today. Is that it for today? You good? All right. Thank you for tuning in.
Wait. Is there anybody saying anything in the chat? No.
No, there's no comments in the chat. A question for you, Jaleesa.
Yes.
How do you plan to mentally prepare? Say you're actually doing the job.
Yeah.
How are you going to mentally prepare for that?
Honestly, the ideal preparation that I would do is just lots of praying and just a lot of spending time with God, because like any job that requires like law enforcement or whatever, it's not easy. And
it's
like,
not easy, yeah.
Like even being a lawyer is not easy, you know? So it's just like,
you have to hear certain cases all day. It's just like, it gets to you, yeah.
Yeah, so, and also having a supportive, like a support group around me. If I need them to talk to, then I would talk to them as well. But yeah, really just relying on God, because that's what he wants me to do. So I'm just going to go to him with any problems that I have or anything that troubles me with the job or the like schooling.
Okay, and for you, Layla, in regards to real estate, doing online courses, how do you know that online is going to be easier versus being in a college setting?
Well, I haven't been there, but I've heard that, like, you know, the college courses is more information being brought, and it's easier to go back and, like, if you're in a class with a teacher and you're hearing what they say, you can write notes down, but it's harder to like actually remember exactly what he said versus college courses when you can like possibly go back and reread something that you need, you know. And it's also like, I heard there's just more information on there, and it's easier to like just take the knowledge into your brain. So.
I agree with that aspect. Like I've took, I think like 2 online classes last semester, and it's just like she said, it's easier when it comes to that, because you can always go back if you need to, and there's less pressure as well. Like you can just email the professor, and they'll get back to you.
And also like teaching styles don't match up with certain people, you know. Like someone could be teaching me something and I don't like their teaching style, and it's gonna make me not want to learn.
Yeah,
like, or
true.
like it's just like, you know, something about it is just like, so I feel like for college courses, you can learn on your own, but also there's something there to guide you.
Yeah, you're not just relying on the professors.
Yeah,
you have to do the own work outside of class. Yeah. There's a lot of more work outside of class than actually being in the class. So
yeah.
So how would you handle working with other teammates or classmates in regards to working on a project online and only one person's doing the work?
I was just about to say, like, honestly, I hate group projects. I hate it altogether, because
I like group projects. I love them.
Not everybody's reliable. Even in high school, college, you would think in college is different. No one's reliable. I don't care.
Okay.
That's why I like to do it independently, because I can rely on myself.
Okay, I don't have a problem with group projects or independent projects, because when I'm alone, I get the work done regardless. But in group projects, you can split it up and say this person does this. I mean, there has been a couple kids who just sit back and do nothing, but it's just like they just won't get the credit for it. Like I make sure if I'm in a group and someone's not doing anything, I will just tell the teacher, listen, grade me for what I did, please, because I know it's a group project, but some people are not putting in the work that they need. I would send a nice email and just say that. I've literally done it before. Like, I'm not going to do all the work, and then you're just sitting there getting the work off me. I'm not going to let that happen at all. No, I don't like it. I don't do it.
In college, in group projects?
And college?
It is a group grade.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone
exactly
is supposed to take part.
Mm-hmm.
So again,
I would just have a conversation with my group. Hopefully people start putting their work in. If not, then we're gonna have to come up with a solution to get the thing done. Like,
right, like if I have to do it, then I'll do it.
Yeah,
like,
it's just
not
like it's not my responsibility.
Right.
But if I have to, I will, like, to get a good grade. But it's just they're gonna find ways in between. Like if I have to do it at a certain time, like, we're gonna find ways for you to do it before I have to do it. There's gonna be at least 4 solutions, and if you don't do it, then I have no choice. But there's gonna be some solutions to fix that problem.
Or like have like a group study instead of like everyone just studying on their own. Like have a group study.
I feel like when people are on their own, they tend to do not as much work as they would in a big group, because they know, like, they have no one telling them, oh, do this work or stay on task. If someone's by themselves, they're most likely not going to do as much work as they would. That's like in school. For my school, they have studies for kids. When you're a freshman and sophomore, they have studies. And then when you're a junior or senior, you have free block, so you can just go off campus. So for my studies, I go to the MECO academic support teacher, because, like, I know if I'm not with a teacher doing work, I'm just going to sit there to study and just stay on my phone, because they don't say anything to us. So that's why I just say, okay, I'm just going to go to the teacher so I can get work done. So I know that, like, people, when they're around themselves, they're not going to be pushed to do anything for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're going to want to, especially in school, you're going to want to take a break. You're going to want to, you know? So that's why if you're working with a group, like you said, people are going to want to actually do the work because you have people reminding you, do this. You're around other people who are working, so you're going to want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So, high school is one thing. Relating this to college is another. You're on your own when you're in college.
Mm-hmm.
It is your responsibility.
Right.
You're not going to get a call from your professor saying this assignment's due.
Mm-hmm.
So, how are you going to are you going to handle that?
I'm gonna do my work. Right? Let me tell you, middle school was like a rough. Like, I was not the best student. No, I was a good student. I just, like, my work, I was really not doing my work. Like, I was doing the classwork, but homework was just like, they didn't care. They didn't care. Like, I don't know. I just wasn't doing it. But when I got to high school, I realized, like, stuff was different. So I didn't have one missing assignment this year. I made sure everything was turned in on time. I was actually emailing my teachers and everything. Like, I was doing all my work. Even when I was in the room with my academic support teacher and she wasn't helping me, I was just making sure I was doing my work. I finished it. I did my work and my homework at school. I never did homework at home. As soon as I got the homework, I would do it at school during my free blocks. Like, I was making sure I was on it this year. So I'm going to do the same thing. Because middle school, I just realized I had to change it up. The amount of work we were getting was crazy.
Very good. That's the answer I was hoping for because you do have to take responsibility for your work. So that's great. Continue on that journey, and you'll succeed in high school as well as in college. It's a great experience to have. I encourage all, even if you don't stay in college, it's definitely an experience that everyone should take that opportunity to have if they can. College is not for everyone. So when you get out of high school, definitely have something that you can work towards and sustain a good life to take care of oneself.
Yeah.
Anything else from you ladies?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I have nothing else.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to today's broadcast. We'll see you guys back tomorrow at 12. So please come. Please come and watch. Bye.